Today we will talk about how to lodge your income tax return. In Australia, taxpayers need to lodge an income tax return based on the activities in the year starting on 1st July to 30th June of the following year. Your tax return is due to be lodged by 31st October each year if you prepare the tax return yourself. However, if you lodge your tax return with registered tax agent, they can possibly extend the due date to 15th of May in the following year, but you need to register with them for this extension to apply. You can easily lodge your tax return by using your MyGov account, which is linked to the Australian Taxation Office site. Or you can contact a registered tax agent for them to help you lodge your tax return if you think your affairs are a bit more complex. The Australian tax clinics can also assist you if you meet their criteria for assistance. The Australian tax clinics can be found here. If you need some assistance on how to create and link your MyGov account, please refer to the video in our library on this. Income. You will need to have information on your income you have earned during the tax year. A lot of these information are already provided to the ATO and will be available on your pre-filled tax return. They will have details of your pay-as-you-go summary, bank interest, dividends, managed fund distributions, and government payments. So you will only need to have details of any foreign income, trust or partnership distributions, rental income, any income you might have from a business, and capital gains tax. You can also refer to our video on income to help you. Deductions. Any expenses you have incurred during the year that relates to earning your income can be claimed as a deduction, but remember you must only claim the portion of expenses that relates to earning your income. For example, if you use your mobile phone for work 30% of the time and the rest is private use, then you can only claim 30% of the phone bill as a deduction. Private or domestic expenses such as childcare are not allowed as deductions. You need to be able to substantiate these costs, so make sure you have the necessary receipts and documents. If you want to know more about deductions, please go to our video on this topic. Private health insurance. If you have private health insurance, you will also need to provide tax statement to the Australian Taxation Office. However, the insurer usually provides these details to the Australian Taxation Office directly, so these will already be pre-filled for you. Offsets. Offsets are amounts provided to you to reduce your tax liability, and many are automatically calculated by the Australian Taxation Office when you lodge your income tax return. There are some offsets that you will need to advise the Australian Taxation Office of, so they can calculate it for you, such as if you live in a remote zone area you can claim a zone offset. Medicare levy. You will also be taxed as part of your tax return for a Medicare levy of 2%, which is based on your taxable income. This levy is your contribution toward Australia's public health system. However, you may get a reduction or exemption, depending on you and your spouse's circumstances. Please note, if you have a temporary holding visa, you can apply for an exemption by submitting the application for a Medicare entitlement statement together with your passport and visa statement to the Department of Human Services. The application form can be found here. Medicare levy surcharge. You may also have to pay the Medicare levy surcharge in addition to the Medicare levy. The government has imposed a Medicare levy surcharge of 1% to 1.5% to those that don't have an appropriate level of private health insurance. And if your income is $90,000 and above for an individual, and $180,000 for family. Tax rate. In Australia we have a progressive system of taxation, meaning that the more income you earn, the higher the contribution towards the taxation system. For Australian tax residents, they will not be taxed on the first $18,200 they earn. After that, the following rates will apply. For example, if you are earning $38,000, then this is your tax bracket. This is your tax calculation. And it shows that your tax is $3,897. However, foreign residents will be taxed from the first dollar you earn according to the table. for a residency test. Please refer to the video in our library. Working holiday makers will be taxed from the first dollars you earn. You will be considered as working holiday maker if you are holding visa subclass 417 working holiday or 462 work and holiday visa. This is the tax table for working holiday makers. Hopefully, you can now get on with lodging your income tax return. Thank you for watching our video.